I need to confess something. I've been lying to you this entire time. No, wait, you have. You just outsourced the blame to me for a second because that's easier than saying it about yourself. You'd catch anyone else doing this to you in 5 minutes. You've been doing it to yourself for your whole life. Not because you're weak, not because you lack discipline, because you've been running an audit on everyone else's excuses and skipping your own. Here are 9 ways you lie to yourself without noticing, and 9 ways to catch yourself in the act.
You didn't hit your goal, so you just redefined it. You set a target, then, quietly, you lower it. And you call the lowering self-compassion. The bar moves, but you never watch it move, because you were the one moving it. 6 months later, you're proud of hitting a target you'd have been ashamed of in January. So write the number down before you start. Not the feeling, not the intention, the actual number, on paper, dated. If the target isn't written down before you begin, it isn't a target. It's a mood.
Ask you how hard you tried, and you'll talk for 10 minutes. Ask what you actually finished, and it gets quiet. Because effort was never the thing being measured. Output is, and you've been grading yourself on the wrong exam for years, which is why the only fix that works is a literal behavior log. Actions only. No feelings, no intentions, no "I meant to." If it's not on the log, it didn't happen, no matter how hard it felt.
I'm a disciplined person survives even when the evidence says otherwise. Because you're not auditing your behavior. You're protecting an image of yourself, and images don't need proof. They just need belief. The gap between who you think you are and what you actually do gets to grow quietly for years, completely unchallenged. Unless you shrink the window. Judge yourself only by the last 7 days. Not your self-image, not your best month 2 years ago. 7 days. That's the only witness allowed to testify.
Every honest friend you have somehow always agrees with you. That's not a coincidence. That's a system you built. So find one person who'll actually tell you the truth. Ask them one real question. Then, this is the hard part. Don't argue with the answer. Just sit with it.
Someday isn't a deadline. It's a permanent escape hatch that feels like a plan. Someday can absorb an unlimited number of broken promises and still feel like hope instead of failure. Unless you close the hatch yourself. Set one real deadline. Attach one real cost if you miss it. Something that actually stings, not a vague inconvenience. A deadline with no cost isn't a deadline. It's a suggestion.
At least I'm better than I used to be. Better than who you used to be isn't the same as good enough. You measure yourself against the worst version of you instead of the standard you actually claim to want, because the worst version is easy to beat. It's rigged in your favor from the start. You get to feel like you're winning a race nobody else is running. So name the actual standard out loud, the real number, the real target, before you check your progress against anything else. Compare to the number, never to who you used to be.
Right now, list what you were busy with this week. Now ask which single item on that list actually moved your real goal forward. If the answer is nothing, busy wasn't the problem. Avoidance was, dressed up in a word nobody's allowed to question, not even you. You've apologized to yourself for the same failure so many times, the apology doesn't even feel like anything anymore. It's a script you recite before doing it again. Word for word, same tone, same tears if it's a bad night. The ritual gives you the feeling of accountability without the risk of it. Guilt costs you an evening. Change costs you a habit. So you keep paying the cheaper price. Skip the apology entirely next time. Go straight to the one changed action. Guilt doesn't fix anything. The next different choice does.
You'd never let a friend get away with the excuses you give yourself.
You'd call it out in 5 seconds. But for yourself, you become endlessly, infinitely reasonable. Every failure gets context. Every slip gets a story. You're your own most sympathetic lawyer. And the one person who never actually stands trial is you. So hold yourself to the exact standard you hold everyone else to. Not harsher, not kinder, the same. That's the whole fix. That's the whole audit.
You've spent years defending yourself from the truth. Try something else for once. Defend the truth from yourself.